Well, hey folks, Species7 here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Farm Sim 19. Have a bit of a map review for you here today. And, well, both a map review and a little bit of a different take on things. This is Honeydew Farms XL by a modder named Tinman. Yes, God never did give nothing to the Tinman. Oh, actually, that was Oz, but there you go. So, this map, let's have a look. Now, keep in mind that I'm on the mode where you basically supposedly start with nothing, except a fat bank account. So, I have the fat bank account. You can see I've got the 1.25. However, on this map, even when you choose that mode, well, let's just say you get far from nothing. Let's have a look. Now, the one thing with this map, it's XL for a reason. These fields, they are huge. Huge, huge, huge fields. And here's the other thing. They reflect that when you look at the pricing. Okay, here's where we start. Big parking lot, very small field. This place is 1.2 million. That's how big it is. I mean, it's deceptive looking at this map. But, yeah. This little field that they give us here, Field 1, as you can see, it's right down there with these smallest fields on the map. There's Field 4. Nothing else at all. It's still 307,000. Right? So these are all very expensive. Very, very expensive. However, if we actually have a look at Field 1, we'll discover, as I said, that these are incredibly deceptive. The other thing, you get chickens, pigs, sheep, cattle. You get a pen included on the map. They're yours. If you buy this property, of course, they're yours. You also get a house to sleep in, so you don't have to pay for that. And you get this. A fleet of huge, expensive vehicles. Oh, I just wanted to give you an idea here. One of the smallest fields on the map is Field 1. If you buy this property, it's what you get to start with. Yeah. Not exactly a small field, is it? But as I said, this is one of the smallest fields. I think 7 might be just a hair smaller, but not much. So, yeah. You can see that we're not screwing with field size here. These things are big, bad, and beautiful. Alright, so in this case, a ready-to-harvest wheat field. Like I said, they're huge. Look at this thing. It goes way the heck down there into the distance. Yeah, right to that road way down there. So, you know, your first harvest is probably going to net you 100K. But let's get back to, well, other than the house and the animal pens, one of the other features. So, I mean, you could easily buy this piece of property. You've got a huge amount of grass. You've got a huge amount of equipment. You know, you've already got animal pens in place. You've already got a house in place. And then, if you wanted to fill your animal pens, well, like I said, when you look at the equipment, you realize, hey, I got a little room for leeway. You know? I mean, it's great to own these giant harvesters when you have giant fields, but probably one would do. Same thing, we have 3 of the largest, most expensive tractors in the game. I think 1 or 2 would do. And a nice big backup tractor. You know, I mean, let's get an idea here. Large tractors. These things are $500,000 a piece. And we own 3 of them. So we could sell a couple of these. There's almost $1 million bucks. You know, if we went to harvesters, what have we got? I'm sure it's something pretty big, isn't it? I guess it's these guys. Again, They're $500,000 a piece. So you can easily buy this piece of property, turn around, throw $1.5 million into your pocket, and go from there. Right, that $1.5 million, well, let's face it, on this map, it's probably not going to get you much, but you could certainly, you know, pick this up and maybe this up. You know, there's, well, 800,000. So, you know, or somewhere completely different. Now, 379,000 gets you this, but that's all it gets you is this cement pad. Right? So that's something to keep in mind. Now, we could go for something like this, but that's $3 million. You want to see something real freaky? What if you wanted to buy the outskirts? $26 million. I don't know why you'd buy that piece of property, but there you go. 8 million, 4 million, you know, 11 is 7 million, 1.7 for this big grass field. Here's a big grass field for 1.2. So you are, oh, we're back to that guy, are we? But certainly not like you couldn't almost immediately expand or, you know, build up your equipment. Now, here's the other thing. And yes, we will actually look at the map. You have things like this. $315,000 missions. Now, that's Field 9. If we look at Field 9, you can imagine. You look at our field, you look at Field 9, you look at our field, you pass out. Yeah, that's going to take you hours. But $300,000 contract. You know, here's 218. You can do this one with your own kit. Field 8. Right? Again. She's no small. You put 20 of our fields in there. So the potential is there. You know, Field 20. Well, we'd have to use their kit, but again, it's likely to be a... What? That one? Yeah, kind of makes Field 9 look familiar. So yeah, there's... Although things are incredibly... Field 18 for 82,000. Oh yeah, there we go. Geez, that's quite a difference, isn't it? Considering what Field 9's offering, and it's about the same size, 314. Oh, it's that. I see. Transport mission. That's not bad. $1,600. That's certainly better than the $300 to $500 I've been getting on. Oh, well, there you go. Coffee house transport. So yeah. Field 1, 6.1 hectares, eh? So yeah, this little field here. Right. Currently, we don't own it, but we do have the equipment. So naturally, before we bought the property, we'd mow the field. Right? That would get us some money off it. So, yeah, Field 1, eh? That would get us $10K on our pocket and off the field right away. Because, I mean, if we own the thing, we're still going to end up doing that. So, all in all, like I say, it's a rather interesting way to start things. Yeah, completely different. Plus, I mean, let's say you wanted to go an entirely different route. If you buy this property, you can sell the animal pens, right? You know, and there's everything here. I mean, what's a big cow pen worth? 100K? A couple 100K? I don't know. But anyway, let's leapeth into our truck. This is the Farm 2, by the way, which, if we go back to our map, is that little chunk we were looking at, this guy here, for $379,000. Here's what you get. This concrete pad. Now, granted, this is a big concrete pad, but that's all you get. There's like a 10-foot ring around this thing, and call it good. All right, let's have a look at the map. Now, granted, there's not a bunch to really look at, and it's completely flat. But then again, we do have the terrain tool, so completely flat's not your thing. And the map author has also said that he understands that it's completely flat. That may not appeal to a lot of people, but, you know, this is the first attempt, and he will be releasing later versions. There will, of course, be a link to this in the description down below. So, the first point of interest that we will find. Yeah, the distances alone are just staggering around this map, man. So here we go. Well, that's a pretty narrow little cell point, isn't it? Yikes. So, we've got the central grain elevator. That's what this place is. So there we are. And if we look at here, we can see what our crops are and where they will sell. So this is where we are currently, and pretty much as you would expect, they take the usual. It's some pretty decent prices. And quite a shift too, eh? Let's see, like for instance, well, let's take the crop that's in our field, shall we? Wheat. We go anywhere from $490 right up to $775. So good fluctuation in pricing. Really good. You know, here's a $400 difference between these. You know, and it's on the upswing. Same thing here. These guys are on the upswing and do quite better than the lower end. So good to see there is a sort of decent working commodity going on. Just past this, of course, we have our lime, well, one of our lime stations. Here we go. And again, these fields are huge. The background drop is not the greatest when you get up close to it. It is kind of a 2D kind of blurro vision thing, but that's kind of to be expected. Here's our biogas plant. Let's go back to a smaller map. Now, I would imagine that, yeah, completely separate. 190K to buy the biogas, whereas it's 1.6 million to buy the surrounding areas. So yeah, you're, mind you, the surrounding area is huge, and it's all grass. So if you wanted to, you know, quite easily sell off the property you start with, sell most of your kit, and start as a silage farmer to make the big bucks, well, here's a way to do it. So, decent enough. Check it out. You know, we've got some monster-size bunkers here. Lots of room. And then here's the actual cell for it. Cool. Now, I don't think they do digestate and all that sort of thing here. I guess we're going to be waiting for the modders for that. But there you go. So, BGA, decent looking indeed. Alright, let's waddle on down, shall we? So yeah, for a first attempt at a map, pretty damn good there, Tinman. My kudos to you. Alrighty. And here, what have we got? Ah, sell wood. Alrighty. So I guess this is sort of a sawmill. Oh, this is biomass. Okay, this is the biomass plant. There you go. It's, well, that's quite a bit of kit, eh? Jeez. Looks like they're priming some kind of rocket. Wow, neat gear. Neat gear indeed. So, can we actually sell wood chips here? I guess we can, eh? Oh, maybe not. I see we have a place to sell logs. The rest of this, I think, is merely decorative. A little bit of weird texturing going on there. It is a little bit odd. Obviously, whatever it was, it's this... Where this particular piece was put down, must have painted over it or something. But there you go. Alright. So, that's rather an interesting area, I must say. Cool. Alright, let's hop back in the truck and carry on. I've lost my map. There we go. Alright. Now, I believe it's this one I want to check out. Nope. The scale of the map's got me fooled. That's considerably further away. Alright, here we go. What is known as the small forest. I think this is our actual sawmill, is it not? Ranch. Okay, this apparently is a ranch. There you go, who knew? Ranch, eh? And what can one do on the ranch? It is a sale point for many, 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 many things. Alrighty. Cool, and here we go. Here's our actual point of sale. Bump, bump, thump, thump. Pick up a little water, visit the neighborhood, and away we go. So... small forest, eh? Well, that's of interest to me. Here we go. I guess this is what they call a small forest. And if we look on the map, we can see that said small forest is in fact a part of this. It's 161K. Right? Separate from this guy at 3 million, thank goodness. So yeah, if you want to do a little logging, 161,000. Geez, that would probably just cover the header on one of them expensive harvesters, man. And it would grant you access to, well, I don't know, there must be 50, 60 trees here. Alrighty, let's head back out to the highway. But yeah, that would grant you a little bit of woodland for a decent price, I must say. Not bad. Alright, let's head on to the next thing, shall we? So, we've done all of those. Let's, what do we got here? Oh, it's water. Okay, I thought it was another concrete pad. I was trying to figure out what exactly the purpose might be. Well, this is kind of a big facility, considering it's not labeled anywhere. Perhaps something for considering future production. Interesting. Or perhaps just because without a little bit of extra model here and there, it would be a fairly boring landscape, as it's so large. Alrighty. But yeah, there's potential there. Let's head on. Nice. Yeah, I don't think this is an actual functional anything. Is it? What do we got here? Wow. Maybe it's some kind of bar? I'm not sure. Interesting. Very interesting building. I don't think it's actually anything, it's just a building. But pretty cool. Again, I can see why you'd want to, you know, drop a couple extra things on here, whether they had great use or not. At least you can actually walk around in that thing, not like the way Giants usually does it, where they'll simply place buildings and go, yeah, pretty to look at, lovely to hold, that's it, go away. Alright, what do we got here? Somebody building their dream home. Good for them. It's a nice neighborhood. A little bit run down. A little bit. Yeah, look at notice that. All of these places are just a bit run down, eh? That's different. They look really good from afar. And then you get up close and you see they're missing siding and could use a paint job. Cool. Alright, so this should be our other grain elevator coming up here. Again, wow, quite the structure. Wow. And it's cool with FS19 to see some of these new buildings and stuff brought into play. Alright, so looks like the working bits are a little further along here. Here we go. And here you go. Our other grain elevator. Nice. Nice. And let's continue down here. A little bit of an odd effect, that white line bouncing up and down at the end of the road. Oh well. Odd effects are whatever. So up this way we should have a spinnery and a sawmill. Now of course not a working sawmill, that sort of thing doesn't exist yet in FS19. But with any luck at all, fine people like Mr. Marhu will be up and running, as they did for us through 15 and 17, and some of them even 13. But we shall see. Alrighty. This is the spinnery. No need to explain that. It's the place where you, well, sit and spin. No? Okay. Or you can drop your wool off here, you know, if you want to be really sort of all dull about it. Where? Here we are. Here's our point. Point of impact. Oh. Tell you what, for 20K, I'll help you fix your wall. Yeah, I don't do nothing cheap on this map, man. Alright, so that's your spinnery. Again, nice that they're not just, you know, here's a square building, here's a sell point, goodbye. You know, see all the little extra detail, little bits and pieces of things around, and, you know, looks good. Here we have our sawmill, complete with a little bit of forest. So, here we are. We've got, what's this one, wood sales? Yep. And do they have a place for chips? I don't think so, you know. I don't know, maybe just wood chips aren't a thing here, or... Oh, I guess at the biomass. No, they said logs, though, didn't they? This is a big facility. Well, either way, actually, either way, what am I talking about? Let's have a look. Wood chips, huh? Wood chips, wood chips, wood chips. Is that wood chips? 197, the saw. No, I think this is actually logs, isn't it? Perhaps wood chips are no longer a thing. Interesting. Alrighty. For some reason, I always think I can use the sprint button to run, but it's a combination of things, dude. Doesn't work that way. Well, again, impressive facility. You know, obviously the same thing could have been accomplished with, you know, just that building and the sell point, but that doesn't make for a very immersive map. And we're also, I think, very close. Oh no, Farm 3, eh? Farm 3, right across the road. Let's go have a look. Alright. Here's Farm 3. These things really need an e-brake so you can do, you know, drifts and things. Yeah. Farm 3. Is this tiny little thing. Again, this is all you're going to get, is this dirt pad we're sitting on. It's $157,000 for this dirt pad. If you actually want the field, that's $1.3 million. More than we currently own. Of course, if you were buying this right off the bat, it would be because you'd sold your other. Now, I mean, the price for this chunk of dirt isn't bad, don't get me wrong. I mean, you could put sheds, a farmhouse, all the animal pens, yada 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 in here, and it would fit. Again, things are so tiny compared to the reality of it, you know? Like on the map, that looks like it's a, you know, a square this big. You know, not this big. I mean, that's huge. That's bigger than any of the fields we own. I think that's the size of my mega field on our normal map, Hellsbrunn. Alright. So, that's the spinnery, the sawmill. Let's head on. Again, just another building of little to no consequence, as is apparently this. Another huge facility with no apparent purpose. Interesting. Certainly room for the Tinman there to do some expansion. That's for sure. Alright, so let's see if we can find said restaurant. See, even here the buildings look good until you look at them closely and then you realize, you know, guy's missing shingles, he's missing this, he's got that going on. Oh. I almost missed. Oh, okay. What do we got here? Oh. Well, what do you know? I had no idea. Is this an achievement still? Yeah, it still flies about as far as it did. A little bit of strange physics there, eh? You would have expected it to bounce back from the fence. Okay. And... Alrighty then. Yeah, don't quit your day job, species. You're not cut out to be a basketball player. Oh well. There's another of my life's ambitions shattered, I tell ya. Well, gaming's a rough life. Alright, let's carry on. I think that's funny that they included that. It's a nice little property you got there. Eh? But we're not here to see you. That is a nice little place. We are here to go to our next sell point, which is this. The Restaurante. Here we go. Nice, easy to access sale point. Click, click, thump, thump. Beautiful. And as we can see, just around the corner is the shop. Well, If you consider just around the corner to be 12 miles away. Whoopsie. Doughhead. It's probably closer if you go the right direction, though. Alrighty. Ledley. What do we got here? Oh. The banco. The bank, man. It's the bank. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. Cool. Alrighty, get her under control there, species. Out the door. Yeah, boy. And here we have the shop with another large area for some sort of placeable. And there we go. Your usual. Pretty much the same as the one we've got on Felbrun, which is fine. Here we are. That's the shops. The shop. Alright, let's go for a skate between the fields. So what were they offering to Harvest Field 9? $1 billion? This is the potato one, isn't it? Or was that one of the other fields? Let's find out here. Yeah, potatoes. Yuck. We know that would take a while. I did that big potato harvest on the other map, and I almost ran the equipment through the ground because it got so worn out. So on this map, that would be an issue. And it's something Giants needs to look at, is how quickly some of the equipment wears. You know. Now this is where we started, Farm 2. That's not where I wanted to go. I want to go over here. We got the central grain elevator, which we looked at, but what we didn't look at was the stuff across the road, which is these guys. This is where our animal dealer is located. Easy to find. It's got the giant bronze cow out front. So there we go. Oh, and again, a little bit different facility. I like that. I really like that. Huh. Okay. So yeah, kind of a, you know, a very, very interesting concept, all in all. As I said, you can start here in the, you know, a mode where generally you would have nothing, but you actually have quite a bit to your name. Of course, you need it, right? It's like that old MMO thing where, you know, your wooden sword does 5 damage to enemies that only have 10 hit points. By the time you work your way up to your magic titanium sword that does 5,000 hit points, well, the enemies have 10,000. And you suddenly realize nothing has changed. Alright. Here's our little field once again. Yeah. This is, again, one of the smallest fields on the map that we own. But look at the size of the freaking thing. Can we make it? Whoosh. We did. We did. Look. Yeah. Oh. It'll allow me to fasten the tension belts, but it won't let me get in. Alrighty, well, species broke the truck. What else is new? So there you go, guys. That's been a look. Do hope you enjoyed. As I say, there will be a link to the description. There will be a link in the description down below. Not to the description down below. That probably wouldn't do us any good. But, hope you enjoyed. Till next time, folks. This has been Species 7. Take care of each other. And ciao for now.